Welcome back to UrbanGrind Radio. I'm the pride of the East Side, DJ MH Tutter, the boy Wild Smash Cash still in the building.
That be me, guy.
You activated now?
What?
I know it.
Huh?
This is what I be talking about. You know why? Every time we get a
wait.
beautiful young lady, a beautiful woman in between us, this man activate all the way.
What?
At first he was being real shy.
It was bubbling, bro. I was letting you know it was
No,
bubbling.
I ain't even talking about on the show. I'm just talking about period. This particular show. I'm just talking about.
I ain't even.
Oh,
I ain't
no.
said nothing.
I'm saying this particular show,
Did.
you activate it all the time, but prior you used to be like kind of mellow when we have a beautiful woman in between us, and then
I don't be wanting to scare him away, man. Me and this guest right here, we done bumped a couple of times. She know my energy is like there. It ain't
Got you.
there. It's there.
I'm with it.
You know what I mean?
So listen, this queen that we have in between us today don't need no introduction, right?
But you gonna do it anyway.
But
though,
I
right?
gotta do it anyway. I was first introduced to her when she was a part of a group called Infamous Syndicate.
Oh,
right?
that's what I be. Look, hold on.
So
Before you do that, I
go
like
ahead.
that you did that because a lot of time people don't do that. They hit her and jump her right here and then go ahead, man. I'm gone, bro. The energy just went there.
So I've been just a fan of hip hop, especially
Yes.
from the city, knowing what's going on. Shout out to Tifa as well because Tifa been doing great things as well.
Yes.
Later on, she became a member of Disturbing the Peace, and y'all know she did a phenomenal things over there. Put out a bunch of hit records that y'all know. For a lot of you rappers, she made it okay for you guys to use the word head on the radio because we couldn't even say that. Right?
Oh God!
And going forward, she just been so dope, so humble.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shawnna is in the building. Can
Let's
y'all
go,
give
man. Yes.
Suburbs in the building.
We love it.
How are you?
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for coming through.
Absolutely, and congratulations on all the success.
Appreciate it.
Chicago needs you all.
Oh,
Definitely. We need Chicago.
We do.
We need Chicago.
Indeed.
So what's been up, lady? What you been up to?
Oh man, just getting back to it, man. Let's cut straight to it. I've been back to it. I kind of lost it for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot that I went through with DTP and getting away from that situation. It kind of put a sour on my creativity. And at the same time, I have a very good support system at home.
Okay.
My dad, of course, is Buddy Guy.
Shout out
He's
to legend right there.
Yes, Grammy Award-winning
Yeah,
Hall
absolutely.
of Famer.
Absolutely.
So, I got other entities that I work inside of to kind of keep myself busy. So I kind of fell back into family mode for a little while and got away from that because, like I said, it took a lot out of me. It really did.
Yeah, I bet it did. You was the first lady over there, as a matter of fact, right? Like
Yes.
the only female. You held it down. I remember when I first saw you, the first song you and him did. On his, I guess that was his first song, his outcoming song. I saw it. I'm sitting there, I'm watching it like, who? Then I caught who you were because I was like, wait, no, that looked like, is that her?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is. I'm like, okay, because I didn't hear about the transition, of course, from Infamous Syndicate to going to DTP. But when I saw the video, I was like, okay, Chicago in the building,
Yes,
man.
definitely. Well, I'm glad that you mentioned Tifa because she just texted me.
Wow,
It's so crazy.
okay.
Me and Tifa been working lately, and
Word.
what
Wow,
we've been
okay.
working on is like insane because it's like we never missed a beat.
Word.
It's
Word.
like it's scary.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm linking with her tonight. We getting back in the studio. We got some surprises we got coming up.
I'm loving hearing this.
And it's funny because that's how Luda found me.
Word.
I was on Lyricist Lounge tour with
Okay.
Infamous Syndicate.
Okay.
And shout out to Lyricist Lounge. And he came to one of the shows, and also he was hosting radio. He was Chris Lover.
Yeah, down there
On Hot 97 in Atlanta.
Yeah, okay.
So he interviewed us, and then he was able to hear the music. And of course, I was, doing some fast spitting in Infamous Syndicate too.
Yes.
And he was trying to keep up with that because, a lot of people think Luda's from Chicago, Luda's from Champaign.
Right.
Exactly.
But the Midwest, we all have our sound.
Yeah.
So he was very familiar with what was going on in Chicago, the movement and
Okay.
everything. So he wanted to work, and he had me come down to Atlanta and just do the hook for What's Your Fantasy.
Okay.
And after that, it was like a jet taking off because he was just like, yo, I'm starting my label. I want you to be the first girl on my label. So it wasn't that I was there signed to the label. Like, I was there before he even started it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
right.
I helped them build this brand.
Yeah.
And, I gave my everything, to these people that's first of all not even Chicago.
That's
you know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying?
Yeah.
So, and I'm all Chicago. Anybody knows me, I'm all about my city. This wretched place. Let's keep it real.
Wretched,
No
beautiful,
doubt.
love it.
Wretched, beautiful
Yes.
oasis of murder and hate, but we love it. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? But
Absolutely.
you know, that ain't all of what we about. So I want to do my part to always bring a different kind of light on Chicago and show that, you know, every place has their dark areas.
Right.
You know what I
True.
mean?
Yeah.
And so do we, but we also have loads of talent. I mean, in abundance that kind of get overshadowed by this violence and the
portrayal of it,
negativity that goes on in Chicago. So, in a nutshell, I can't leave.
Yeah.
I have an obligation to represent for Chicago. I have an obligation to keep this door open for the younger artists that are coming up, the younger talented artists that can really show that side of Chicago, like Kanye did, like Common did, like R. Kelly did, like Twisted did. You know what I mean? They didn't necessarily have to use violence as their scapegoat, or this is what we doing, we killing out here, you don't want to mess with us, this Chirac.
Right, yeah.
Okay, that's cool, we have that, but like I said, we do have talent. You know, we have Valet who just got signed, you know what I mean? We have artists that kind of drift away from that aspect of music and, you know, need more light, need more shine. So I just want to do my part to kind of make sure we keep that parallel with everything else that's coming out of Chicago.
I agree.
And what I like though, like again, I pay attention to everything. You always rock with Chicago artists, whether it was Chella H, whether it's YP, whether whoever it is. Like you always stayed in tune with the city. Like what was behind that like really motivated you to say, let me really stand behind my city no matter what?
Honestly, it's just me. I mean, I put out a post not too long ago that I said, you know, you ain't never gonna be able to say nothing about nobody from Chicago, whether I'm cool with them or not.
Yeah.
You know, that's just my pedigree.
Yes.
This is our team, whether you like it or not.
Right.
And one day you're gonna wake up and realize we're gonna do better together than apart.
Absolutely.
And when they do, I'm gonna go down in the books. They're gonna say she been trying to tell us this for years. You know what I mean? It's just my pedigree. That's where I'm from. I may not be cool with you, but I see you and I recognize you trying to make your steps towards getting Chicago to where it needs to be, and I respect that. You know, it's just like any business. When you go to work, you got people you work with you don't like, but you gotta respect the fact that y'all trying to make this check get bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's basically my mindset with anything that I go into work. Well, I don't use emotions. I don't, you know, I learned that a long time ago to keep that at home and, you know, just get out here and walk these dogs and make it work and make it make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So, I mean, it's hard to work with females. Let's keep it 100.
Yes.
Fact.
It's very hard to work with women. But I have to be empathetic because I know all that we go through. Like even just down to the simplest things of shooting a video. Y'all can go jump in the barber chair, get a line, and show up just how you look, and they be like, "Yo, he killed that."
Yeah.
We can't do that.
No,
we gotta
y'all
go
can't.
get a wig. We
Yes.
gotta go get makeup. We gotta go get a dress. The shoes gotta have red on the bottom.
Get them edges
The
on
purse
control.
gotta have G's on it. We gotta have edges. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like so much stuff that we have to, you know, and that it's stressful when all you trying to do is be an artist. You know, you just want to produce your music. You want people to receive you. You want to do, but it takes away from it. So people got to understand. And so a lot of times we're mothers. You know what I mean? And daddy can leave. You know what I'm saying? And daddy can be gone and go make the bacon and bring home the bacon. But when mama leave, the house stops. You know what I'm saying? They say if mama ain't happy, the house ain't happy.
Yeah.
So you got to keep that in mind when you're working with women, that we got so much else on our plate that men don't have to deal with. So it's not necessarily that it's hard to work with women. It's just a little more extra mile you have to give them, and understanding that it ain't that easy.
Right.
You know,
Absolutely.
we just can't pop up like that.
Yeah.
You know. Because a lot of people have said that about, she hard to work with or she won't show up. If I ever never showed up, it's because I didn't have a babysitter. And if anybody think I'm going to show up with
kids on
no,
kids,
not because I'll bring them in a minute. They'll take over. You know what I'm saying? My little one, she lit. She sing, rap, do everything. But what I'm saying, I'm not going to just leave them with anybody
Absolutely.
to come appease a fan base.
Yeah. I got you.
That's not my priority. My children are my priority.
Exactly.
If don't nobody understand that, then they're not my fan anyway. They don't even want them listening to my music because you're not my type of person.
Word, I got
you
you.
have to understand that children come first.
Absolutely.
Kids come first. The youth comes first.
No, I agree with that 100%.
Thank you. I had to clarify that because people been, they be riding us women like, they bitchy and all that. No, we got a lot on our plate. You know what I'm saying?
Word,
You gotta
yeah,
understand
definitely.
that.
Yeah.
So I salute all the women right now, even in this room right now, that have to come to work and deal with all those other obstacles and still show up on time and do what they got to do, handle their business and never complain because I know what you're going through, ladies.
Absolutely.
Straight up.
So Shawnna, although like you say you getting back into the game, you still been putting out music. Like you put out a wobble
Yes.
not too long ago, and then I'm nosy. They call me nosy. I say I'm observant. But I seen you put out a snippet to Welcome to Chicago.
Yes.
Talk about that.
So, I was working with Tight Mike, Twister's DJ,
Okay.
and he does a lot of incredible production. So he just loaded me with beats one day, and sometimes I just get in the zone where I can write like 5 songs in one night.
Okay.
I love it. It's cool, but sometimes I can't write shit in a week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it comes in and out. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's all good.
Okay,
It's all good.
I'll pay the fine. So, no, but seriously, so one night I came across that beat, and it just, as soon as the beat came on, it said, "Welcome to the CHIC," and I'm like, we need that, and I'm
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
my era, I'm true to my era. Like a lot of artists my age, I ain't gonna say no names, but they want to cater to the young crowd.
True.
They want to spit their verses like the youngins.
Yeah.
Okay, you do that, but I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I want
Yeah.
to stick to my generation. I'm proud of the days I came from. I'm proud of the work that I put in, and I want people to know I've been around for this long, and I'm still here and still able to hang and do what I do. So with that in mind, I was like, who do I want to put on this record to help me rep Chicago? At first, I wanted to put the Brat on there, but of course, she's in Atlanta. She's doing her television show. She's doing the play now. It's really hard to get a hold of her. But Cole Hart, me and him talk like every day. Like,
Okay,
he is
okay.
a fool. I'm
No
telling y'all,
problem.
this man
Yeah.
need his own show.
He do.
Yeah.
This man is a fool. So I called him. It was nothing. I'm talking about within the same week, he had me come out to the studio and he laid his verse. And the thing now with shooting the video is I'm just waiting on a day where I can get the Brat is getting ready to come with her play.
Okay.
So I'm trying to gear it around when she's here because I want some of those pioneers
In
of
video,
the
okay.
Chicago music movement in my video.
Yeah,
So that's what's
dope.
kind of taking so long is working with everybody's
Right.
schedule. you know?
Nah, I feel that.
That's
Damn, that would
phenomenal.
be dope.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
It's like, and it's called Welcome to Chicago. So the way I'm going to set the video is that we're taking you on a tour through Chicago. So if it's the Brat, we're going to show you where she was hanging out, where she from.
Okay, okay.
Cole Hart, where he from, me, suburb areas and stuff where I'm from. We walking you through. This is your tour, and we're your tour guides. So I think, it's like kind of reintroduction into Chicago and let
Right.
you know, hey, we still here. We still got our parts. We still got our people that mess with us. And, it's, like I said, I'm just doing my part.
Word.
That's the new age
Yeah.
walk with me there. Because, that's all I'm
Yeah,
saying in my mind. Like,
yeah.
when DA did it, I was like, okay.
Uh-huh.
And I've been waiting on that. Because I was like, though, we need something that's going to show the city again. Because people don't know.
Yeah.
And certain things have
they know.
changed.
Oh, they know.
But
They know.
definitely know.
Okay.
And what I want to say is they stealing it.
That's what I
stealing
want to
it.
hear.
Talk
Come
about
They
on.
stealing it.
Because you've been outside
They've
here.
been stealing.
Okay.
They've been stealing our styles. They've been stealing our slang. They've been stealing our looks, our rap styles, and everything. And we so busy not messing with each other that we allowing them to do that, and they getting rich. They getting
God.
filthy rich,
Yeah,
and they
absolutely.
it's like we're like the library.
Yeah.
They come here, they pick a book, they get it, and they run with
Run
it, and
with
they
it.
go get rich with. And we still sitting here talking about, I ain't messing with them. I ain't going over there. You know what I'm saying? You dig
Right,
me?
right,
And
right.
they like, you know what I'm saying? You dig me? All right, and they go and make a song.
Yeah,
off
they
of
the
it,
song.
and we just still sitting here pouting and not working with each other. So
fact,
man.
I gotta say it. We gotta stop letting them steal our slang, our talk, our way of life, and getting rich off of it. That is ours.
Hey.
We out here beating these streets every day. We out here losing loved ones.
Yes.
This thing that we got out
Yes.
here. This is ours.
Look. All the fans and people that's out there that's listening, y'all know I talk this all the time on the show.
Yeah.
So to hear it from somebody, because, I ain't no rapper or nothing like that. I just sit behind the mic and talk what I do. This a legend, man. Y'all hearing
Yeah,
it
I'm
come
seeing
from
it.
her.
I mean,
and she's been around. You've been seeing
Yeah.
it. Like, people don't understand, like, especially when you don't. I heard you when we was at the YP concert and you said it on the stage then. You spoke about everybody love us. We need to step outside so we can see the love. Cause
Yes.
a lot of us don't see it. We stick here, and again, we end up into that segregated mode where I only mess with these guys over here because them my ops over there. You know what I mean? Like, how is that when you step outside the city going on tour? Like,
I just wish I could grab everybody there by their neck and just pull them out there and show them the groves of people who embrace me, who love the sound, who are just like, oh my God, it's a breath of fresh air. Because it's new, it's unique, it's different, and it's unknown. See, people want to know what's going on in Chicago. Outside of Chicago, people think as soon as you step out the door, it's bang, bang, boom, bang, bang, bang.
I hear that all the time.
And it's like, okay, sometimes it is. Let's keep it real. But it, like I said in the beginning, it's more to us than that. They're so intrigued about Chicago, because for one, we haven't had our shine. So we have not had an overpour of Chicago artists in the industry to kind of for the game to get bored with us. They still want to know what's going on. What do they rap like? What do they act like? What do they dance like? What do they dress like? And because we won't filter out these artists that can supply this information, they take it.
Yes.
And then they run with it.
You know how many drill artists it is outside of Chicago that got rich from the drill sound?
Listen. Think about this. One of Drake's videos, they footworking. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he did little J-Ho dance over there, and it was like, they don't know Drake always on the internet looking.
Come on, man. That's what they do. They're Googling these artists from Chicago. As soon as you YouTube one artist from Chicago, the rest of them right up under them. So they boom, ping, 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 and they just looking at everything. They go right to the studio and take it because we not capitalizing off ourselves.
Yes,
that's a fact.
When I first heard Bobby Shmurda. And it's free Bobby Shmurda, all that. But when I first heard it, bro, I was like, and then saw the video, like, bro, where he from? Because I thought he was from out south somewhere, man. Then they were like, wait, nah, hold on, brother from New York? They sounded like, and that's the part that gets me with this music.
Young and May.
Yeah.
We can name a few of them.
Yeah.
But you know what? In respect of the type of person that I am, I'm real. I look at stuff from both sides. I always say that even in any situation, you have to accept your responsibility.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm a dog and I'm hungry and I gotta eat, I'm out here starving.
Yeah.
And you keep leaving that bone sitting right there, you got that big juicy bone sitting there ready to go and you won't do nothing with it, you gonna keep on playing until I snatch it and I take it and eat with it.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if we continue to not use what we have, they're going to continue to eat off of it, and that's just the way of the game. They're not doing nothing wrong. We the ones doing something
True
wrong.
That. I agree
100%
with that.
Okay? So it's time to just, like I said, Chicago needs to accept responsibility for ourselves. Stop pointing the finger, pointing back at ourselves, pick ourselves up, support ourselves, get our music out there, get behind our music, and make this stuff happen.
Yes.
I agree with
Straight
that
up.
1,000,000%.
Now, from you first starting out to you coming back now, the game has changed. Now, you've been around, you've still been watching and everything, but the game is changing now.
Yes.
How is that? Like, because music, like you say, people want music more now. Like, I notice people put so much music out that I got to catch up. Like, damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I'd be mad because I didn't hear that. Wait, hold on. That was like 2 albums ago. Wait, when you dropped that?
It's the digital era.
Yeah.
It's the digital era. Like in my day, you would go to the studio, you make a mixtape, and you try to do whatever you had to do. If you had to get in your car and drive it to New York or drive it to LA and try to get up in those record labels, get past security, get up in that record label, get on one of them A&R's desk and stand on top. Trust me, I've done it. Okay. Stand on top of their desk, play your stuff, and spit it like you in the Phillips Arena.
Yeah.
That's the day I grew up in. Like we would get Clue mixtapes, and that's how we knew what was going on in New York. We didn't know what was going on out there in LA until kind of we had the Too Shorts and we had Snoop and Dre and stuff, but we didn't know the underground artists because they wasn't really too much of the mixtape scene, But now we're in a digital era where I'm talking about little Bobby Joe in Seattle can upload something, and if it got the right connects and it's got the right backup, we're gonna know about it. And just imagine how many little Bobby Joes right now are on this internet, oversaturating it with unnecessary content.
Absolutely.
And that's something that I've had to learn because artists of my day would be like, we don't respect that. We have to respect that because that's the day we in. You know, even our day was a little more advanced than the artists that came before us. So we have to respect the evolution. And so that's the only thing about it. I've been, doing a lot of reading and talking to a lot of people who have mastered the digital marketing and aspects of that. So that's the main thing. That's the only thing that's different. Music is always going to change. It's a 360. It's always going to go around, but the way that its market has changed, we don't need record labels anymore. You can be your own record label if you know how to facilitate it correctly. So that's the things that I'm working on. That's the only difference right now, I would say.
Okay.
Like, they asked me about some of these young rappers, like what's the Catch Me Outside girl that won her, and they got this other one, Molly Brazy, and this other one, China something, and they talking a lot about guns and a lot about drugs and stuff. And people like, I know you ain't rocking with that, and I'm just like, well, this is my babies. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was young, I was talking about smoking blunts and drinking 40s and we talked about pistol. We had gun talk, you know, but that was the extent of it for our day. Now we in a day to where that's what they do. They pop these pills, they sip these leans, and they got more access to firearms than we did back then. So you gotta respect the day. You know what I mean? I'm just a real person. You know what I'm saying? I don't get hung up on how I think stuff should be. I look at it for what it really is. My mama wasn't really always supportive of a lot of the things that I said. You know what I'm saying? It felt like that wasn't really it, but that's the day that we was living in, and that's the day we living in now. So, I don't think that that's necessarily what they need to get on, but I respect the fact that that's the day we live in. That's all they see. You know what I mean?
So, going forward, like with your music and everything, if the opportunity come, do you plan on signing again, or you just want to, be independent and do the independent thing?
Oh no, man, no. I'm telling you, if y'all don't know it, then I'm talking about it as artists in general. If y'all don't know the game, y'all go ahead and sign them 360 deals. But see, like, the free downloading and things like that has taken so much money from record labels that they have to make up for it off your back. So you're not gonna come. They didn't fight it. Remember when it first started with that one company? What the guy from Bono? Excuse me, the guy from Bono. It was one company that started out with free downloads of music, and he was trying his best to fight it.
Right? What was his name?
I think they did shut that one down, but after that, YouTube sprouted, and everything else sprouted.
Was that
And it was like,
Napster?
I'm sorry.
Exactly, Napster.
They fought that, but the record labels did not get behind him, and they did not support him in that, and he lost. So now we got all these the free download access to artist music, and record labels are losing out. They can't sign these artists, and when they do, they take away everything. They taking money from your shows. They taking money from your endorsements.
Show money used to be 100% y'all, right?
Videos, and all show money. It ain't no money like show money. That's
Right.
where the
That's
saying
what I always
came
hear,
from,
yeah.
because they couldn't touch that. Now they get 25% of everything because they can't make money off CDs. See, back in the day, it was $15.99 for a CD, and we was selling a $500,000 of them in 3 days. You know, so they don't want your show money. They just made. You feel me?
Banked all that. Yeah.
So it's like, no, I would never put myself in that situation, and it's worse than what it was when I did then, and it wasn't comfortable. So no, that's why I said I'm trying to learn a lot about the digital aspect of marketing and get it to a point where I can learn it and help facilitate other artists to be able to be their own label and make their own money, because it needs to come back to the community straight up.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It needs to come back to the community. And if y'all let me mention it, I'm gonna get ready to. I'm trying to start an initiative to whereas I can develop a rehabilitation company where I can get young men who have had, some sour circumstances in their lives, and they have some paperwork on them that's following them that won't allow them to be able to take care of their families.
Be a productive
I
citizen.
want to be able to provide opportunities for them to not only make money to take care of their families, so they don't have to go back into those jail systems and that cycle, but where they can feel invested into the community, where they put their hard work into.
We're gonna need to talk, because I'm already on with you.
And they're gonna feel more of a need to protect it because it's theirs.
Theirs, exactly.
Okay.
Ownership is a big thing that we don't know about in our community.
And
True.
And that's what we need to start doing. We need to We need to, just stand up and be accounted for when it comes to our own. Stop pointing the finger and waiting on somebody else to come in and fix it. And we need to fix it ourselves. And I don't want to say it anymore. I want to do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's what I'm working on right now. And I'm looking for young men around the community who really want to get behind me and support this, because I'm starting it straight from scratch, straight off the ground. It's an initiative because I do want to file for grants and get governmental support. But, when you got to start, you got to walk them dogs.
Yeah.
So I have to get the word out, and I know I'm going to be able to connect with like-minded people. Because, we have to. We cannot continue to let our young black men and women be victims of this cycle.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
If I can help, just let me know. I got you.
Thank you.
Whatever.
Y'all,
it's an official stamp. Y'all heard it. Spanish Cash approved right there.
Absolutely. Good. I feel good about that. I'm just as passionate about that as I am getting my music out. Almost a little bit more.
Yeah, no, because you're helping a lot with that.
Because, I've done it. I got platinum plaques at home.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's a whole new game. I'm much older now. So a lot of times I sit back and I say, do I really want to get out here and, start all over again? You know what I'm saying? And what if it don't go the same route? Because I want my legacy to stay where it is or get better. I never want to tarnish it or make it get worse.
True that.
So, I'm like, as an adult, as a mom, my heart is in other places. I see other young men and women who weren't necessarily blessed with the situation that I have, so I want to share my blessing. You know what I mean?
I like that.
So I like using platforms to be able to get that out there and let people know that.
How you find a balance with everything, with being a mom, recording and everything? Like, how you find your balance?
I clean up. I like to decorate.
Okay.
I like to cook. And when I do
I'm
that,
hungry. What you cook?
I think.
I was thinking the same thing.
Everything. Like, I made a bomb tortilla soup last night. Oh my God, it was so good. I didn't want to eat heavy, so I was like, just do a tortilla soup. But they really call me grandma in the kitchen, so I'm more so the dressing, mac and cheese.
I like dressing too. I love dressing.
Chops. Look at you.
I'm just saying, I love dressing.
You'll be fat if you come stay with me. You'll be fat.
What's up?
And
What's up?
straight up. No, and my dad does that too. And I'm working on starting a thing with him where he has his own spice.
Come
Like,
on.
he just started his own beer. It's called the Buddy Brew.
Okay.
It's really good. It's really good beer. We're working on distribution because right now, of course, everybody wants something.
Right.
So they want the recipe. So that's why we're not in stores right now, because we're not going to sell the recipe. You know what I'm saying? It's ours. So on top of that, I want to add the spice and, get out to where we can get into the food industry. That's multi-billion-dollar.
Come on.
Absolutely.
Very much.
You know what I
like
mean?
to
It's
eat.
multi-billion-dollar.
People always like to eat.
Like, I just started talking about food. You was like, oh yeah.
I thought about your dressing. I thought about your dressing.
What homemade dressing? You cannot beat that. I can eat a whole plate of that back.
Right now.
But anyway, I don't want to get too far off into that because that's coming down. But just to kind of give you guys an idea of what's been going on with me, I've been gone for so long.
Yes.
And people are like, well, what have you been doing? It's like, it's
I know
been a lot.
doing. I ain't stalking you, but I be watching.
Thank you. I appreciate that. No, but
watching.
we gotta keep up with each other and support each other. And that, that's really why I wanted to come back out and get get the word back. Come on, Chicago. Come on, Chicago.
Yeah.
Come on. It's time.
When you
It's
drop the
time.
project, you got to come back.
I will. I'm gonna be back before then.
You got
Yeah.
I mean, just call us whatever you want to. Yeah, she coming through right now. Come on, everybody. No, she coming through.
Yeah. So for real, congratulations on all y'all seasons. All the success, and
Thank
growth,
you.
and everything.
Thank
We really need y'all.
We got you.
Definitely.
And we here for the city,
Anytime you need me,
everybody.
I'm back.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
Look, how you find you
I'm
on
super
social
activated.
media?
On social media, you can find me, Shawnna Worldwide. That's pretty much all I'm working off of right now because I was going at Shotty 2 mics and people was like, who the hell is that?
They ain't see you with the two.
My friends is like,
I had a chance
you
to
gotta
see
change
you.
it back to Shawnna because they don't know who that is. So
Yeah.
I'm back to Shawnna Worldwide,
Yeah.
but it's always gonna be Shotty 2 mics.
I seen you with
Oh,
the
can
two
I tell
mics.
y'all how that? Do we got time for me to
Yeah,
say
let's
it?
go.
So
Talk
people
about
want to
it.
know where I came with the 2 mics. Okay, so real quick, we doing like a huge radio show in an arena in Atlanta. Of course, I'm on stage with Luda, right? This is what Luda liked to do all the time. He always, I don't know if it was him or the sound man, but he always had the good mic.
Okay.
And me and Tit and 20, we be back there just, I don't know, like, trying to break ourselves, and that's not going to happen.
Right.
So I'm like, oh my God, we got Jeezy, you know what I'm saying? All the hot artists at the time. This is a radio show, so you know
It's
how
birthday
huge they
bash.
are.
Yeah,
It's like 20,000 people out there. This was
Birthday
back when it
bash.
was
One of them.
killing.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
So here comes my turn. It's time for me to do RPM, and I'm just like, damn, I got this bogus mic. What am I? So I just go to Luda. I snatched his mic, and he look at me like, well, what you gonna do now? And I'm like, because he wasn't gonna take the other mic, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, all right, it just went in and just started rapping in both mics. It was just improv for me not to look stupid with these two mics.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
And I started rapping into both mics, and the crowd went insane. And that day was the birth of Shawty 2 Mics.
Shawty
Got
2
you.
mics.
Yep.
I got a chance to see it.
Yep. So it all came from me being tired of Luda having the good mic. So y'all know it.
Taking it.
Y'all know
You gotta
it.
take
No,
that.
I'm gonna have a good mic today
Let's
too.
go.
No doubt.
You feel me? Tired of this.
Better get it too, man. Love that. Love that.
Yes. So
That's
yeah,
dope.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Listen, it's Urban Grind Radio, DJ MH to the Wild Smash Cast.
I'm
One more
definitely
time,
in the
everybody in the
deal.
studio, make
Yes.
some noise for Shawnna.
Come
We
on,
appreciate you
man.
for coming through.
Thank you for coming through.
Let's
We're gonna take
go,
a quick break.
Chicago.
We're gonna be right back.
Let's get it.